Well, this morning has been a little cray-cray, but let me see if I can knock out the op I have to prep for today and spend the rest of the day editing and signing fucking contracts. Oh my god. Gun big, not a value. Save it as mission 4 and continue on with what I thought of for this campaign. Holy shit. Hey, Potato Lord. How's your morning? Alright, the theater of war I'd want to do. We can get rid of all of those, and then I need to... Would this be a good cluster of bases for the next... Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be. Then we could have this be the spawn area for them. Alright, yep. So we'll do that. Let's grab these 3. Yeah, thanks, Tootie. I literally woke up at 6 o'clock today, and then I fell back asleep, woke up at 9:30, and then Bloodwing then texted me, babe, and then added me to a conference call, and that was my morning, and now I'm gonna finish this mission dev, and yeah. My god, So you're poor again now? I mean, after the furniture, yeah, I'll probably be a little hurting financially, but at that point, like, we're not going to be house poor, which is great. We'll have enough to, like, you know, get what we want initially. But we're redoing our budget, and it's still a, you know, it's still a solid budget, so... It's going to close around the, 3rd of June, but it might go all the way to the 4th, so... Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Ay. What's crazy about this place is the basement counts as a basement, but it also has so much lighting in it that it's not really a basement. It's super freaking spacious, but the next channel, whatchamacallit, I do, the monthly channel update video, I'll literally just record footage from the basement and say, hey, yeah, like, this is the new streaming space, but what's really nice about it is it's really open. Like, so that Bloodwing is going to fight me on how much of that space is my space to work, but regardless, I will have plenty of space to do things like VR, and the laundry room that's next to it also has a lot of shelves and spaces for making mead and all the other booze I want to make, and the backyard has all of this space for gardening and literally doing everything I want with it. So it's literally perfect for what we want, and we didn't have to go super over. I mean, I guess it's subjective, but compared to, how would I put it? Like the average what I was calculating, the average price people were going over for something that was like move-in ready was anywhere from like 30 to 80K. Because the last place we got outbid on, because this was our second bid. Our first bid was listed at 430, and we went in at 455. Actually, it might have been 430. Bloodwing might be right. So we went in at 455, and someone outbid us at 509, which was fucking cray-cray. But this one was 470, and we only went 31 over because, again, in the range, because it was literally move-in ready. We even got a home inspector in there, and he told us, like, it's in the top 25% of, like, housing conditions. Like, everything was good. We were worried about the windows because they were all, like, had like internal fogging and whatnot, but the home inspector said, no, that's not an installation issue of the windows themselves. It's just the window panes are screwy. So that was a great freaking relief. So that's not a 20K job. That's a 3 to 5K job because mainly for labor because glass is actually on the cheaper end. So everything on it's good. So we eventually went 501 on it. Which, 500 was like our max budget, but we could squeeze in an extra K. So now Bloodway and I are redoing our budget, but it's pretty much the same as we already budgeted. So we're good. So it's it's just fucking surreal right now that we got it because it's an end unit townhouse and it's over 2,000 square feet. And that's really rare on the market. And it's exotic as well. Like the main floor has an opening to the basement, like kind of like a lookover space. So Bloodwing, if she's cooking, she can literally just like go like just out of the kitchen into the main area and then look over to me streaming in the basement from upstairs. It's it's literally perfect for what we wanted though. And I, I don't know how the fuck we won that. you know? Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know. That's amazing. Hey Barb, how you doing? Did you see what I wrote in our editor chat? You get more space in the basement now, but I'm gonna put you in the crawl space of the basement. So you get a downgrade, but hey, you get to be where all the meat is, so you can at least get drunk. I don't know why Twitch is making you buffering. I'm not having any dropped frames. It's on your end, unfortunately. Yes, you still get to hose Barb down. Oh, man. Hose you down with what? Oh, see, now he's being inappropriate again. So, we might actually, on top of Wacky Races, have another pay-for-pain style event this month. Because I'm going to shut the music off again. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't expect us to win. Because, comparing the other places I saw get picked up and whatnot, like, I was expecting that place to get stolen. Which means that the market calmed down at the perfect time for us. Because, again, the previous place we bid on...
May the 4th be with you.
...was even less valuable than this one in terms of, like, tax assessed value, if people, if you care about that sort of number. But, like, what I was already seeing people pay for stuff like that was, ridiculous in itself, but... Like, holy fuck, Like, I was not expecting us to win by only going that much over. I thought someone was going to go 40K over or something crazy. But Bloodway and I both agreed if we didn't win this one, we'd take a few months off just to let the market kind of self-correct itself. Because, again, it's going crazy at the moment. But, nope. Apparently that was enough. But we also wrote a really good letter, too, so... Bloodwayne's really good with her English. So am I, in terms of writing. Let me correct that because people are going to yell at me. I'm horrible with how I speak, but my writing is very good. Bloodwayne and I both went through like IBHL, which is hell on earth for English, but we did that in high school, so we at least know how to write well. But yeah. Whew. King Garuzzi, thanks for the 4-month resub, my man. May the 4th. It is May 4th. Oh my god. And Cinco de Mayo's tomorrow. I gotta go make my next batch of horchata there, but, like, damn. Like, that's... we got our house on May 4th. Fuck. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. Whatever it takes, I guess, right? Yeah, so these people are really picky with their styles here. So how do I want to do this? Probably a right rotation over the helipad. And then a grass cutter. Even though there already is a grass cutter there, but yeah, that adjusts it. And then open place for the lat back here. And let me get a helipad out. There's a reason I have the illiterate tag, right? Because I'm horrible when I speak stuff because my brain always goes too fast compared to like what I want to say. So it just comes out as a jumbled mess half the damn time. Oh, it is cutting. It's just being very bad with it. Barb, I'll have to go message my contact, but that is more than likely because again, I haven't been DM'd about it, so I just how I budget my time is basically whoever DMs me first about it gets it. So yeah. Liru, when will you be uploading the highlights from the Gmod night the other day? So here's the deal on that, Space Walrus. The previous Gmod night is ready to go. My editor got that done. So why did it switch? Oh, okay, to Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim's calm. That's fine. But that'll be uploaded later this week. But in terms of from Sunday night's Gmod, that's probably going to be another week to 2 weeks. Yeah, it's fine, Barb. I mean, how do I put this? Again, like, my schedule right now, it's whoever DMs me first, and I say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Because I need to build up some PvP footage right now, because, stuttering on my words again. The last week of May, I'm being pulled to the beach. So I have to front log some of my PvP content. We're probably going to have days where it's like double shorts and whatnot. But what I've also realized is I can mix shorts with unedited versions of shorts and, have better RPM. So we'll see on that. And then YouTube, it's also, for the main channel, 2 a day right now because I'm seeing some significant stuff with that. And it's also bugging me because, fuck, let me go look at my analytics right now. I have an app that I can pull it up on my phone now, but it is looking like 2 videos a day is better than 3 a day, because we started 2 a day 2 days ago, and I was teetering for the past 4 days on 35K a day. I switched it to 2 videos, and we're up to 83K divided by 2, so that's over 40K views a day, just by switching to 2 videos. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we'll keep that up. We'll see if it declines after a week. And if 2 videos a day is the way to go, what we'll do is every 2 weeks on the weekend, we'll have a content bomb, as I'll call it. And we'll spend all day uploading videos back to back. And You know, because then it won't. If it's more than a few days, it fucks with the algorithm. But if it's only a few days, then it's good. Hold on, Bloodwayne's calling. Hey, babe. Okay, I'll sign it right now then. Okay. Okay. That sounds great. You ready to do this, hun? Sorry, my reception, so I found out in my office, my microphone box and my phone sometimes, like, the signals get crossed. I didn't hear you on that last part. What'd you say?
I'm not ready. There's so much we have to do.
Yes, there is, boo. Yes, there is.
Our money's gonna go poof.
Wait, what, our money? Pretty much.
It's gonna go poof.
At least we have the income, so we're not going to be house poor. That's the thing that I want to make sure never happens. So we're good on that.
Well, at least we have some more time to save the time, get more money.
Yeah, okay.
To go towards furniture and stuff.
So Operation Liru needs furniture? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, if Paper Pain is generous enough to buy us a nice couch, then why not?
Leather, right?
Yeah.
Because we fight about this. You want fabric, I want leather.
I want a fabric couch.
We're... No! No! I'm a very hot person, okay? I generate a lot of body heat. I want the cold.
I'm gonna have a fireplace. I'm gonna use that shit.
Oh my god.
Have a fireplace.
We do have a fireplace in the basement.
We're gonna have a basement.
It's not even technically a basement. The amount of light that thing gets, it's literally just the ground floor. Yes, boo.
We'll have a home. It's gonna be our home.
Yes, boo.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I'm excited to go furniture shopping.
We're gonna go furniture shopping.
And we're gonna get to decorate everything.
Yep.
And I get to bring all my cosplay.
You get to print all of your cosplay. Yes, you do.
I'll have room for my cosplay.
You'll have room for your... Right? Because one of the guest rooms is gonna be your cosplay den.
It's gonna be my work/cosplay den.
Yep. Yep. I'm glad you're excited, boo.
Why are you not wearing a shirt?
I'm in my patented Liru robe. Actually, it's not even the green one, it's the black one. It's just I found it and it's a little more comfy right now.
I thought you said that you saw the paper.
Well, yeah, that was a joke.
I understand that was a joke. I'm getting back to you. Get on my level.
I did. That's why we bought a house together.
Oh my god, don't say it again. I can't.
Honey,
No,
dear, sweetie,
no,
we
no.
bought a house. All right, boo.
And you're gonna get your play button.
Yep.
Put it on the wall.
We can put it on the wall in the basement.
We're gonna have a wall to put it on.
We're gonna have a wall to put it on, yep.
Okay, I'll let you watch.
All right, boo.
Go sign the thing.
Of course.
Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye, boo. I love doing that. So, yeah. Where's the green 4 mark? I gotta drag that over too. All right. Having just bought a house myself, sometimes I have to remind myself it isn't just a nice Airbnb I'm squatting in. Yeah, exactly. It's yours. You get to do whatever you want with it. It's a big step in life. Time to collect all the houses. That's what super rich people are doing right now in the United States. They're buying up houses in up-and-coming markets and turning them into rent spaces. I mean, if I had the money, I'd buy two, turn one into a rent space, and have that pay for the mortgage. Ah, man. I don't know, like, down the road, I would love to get, like, a beach house to rent out, and then, like, 1 or 2 weeks out of the summer, we'd actually go and use it, but that's only if we, like, get the money to do that, you know? And again, like, so, our range, like, again, I calculated it out, and I told us the Bloodwayne, but, like, the first bid we did, we got overbid because someone went 79K over asking. All cash, too. This one, we went 31K over, but that's because it was also an end unit, and even though it had, like, it was above ground, below ground listing for, you know, the square footage, the basement, again, it, like, the amount of light that gets into the basement is fucking insane because they opened up part of the ground floor to overwatch into the basement. So, like, it's literally just another floor with how spacious it is, with no walls set up either. So it's, like, the perfect place for me to set up, you know, half of it for streaming and whatnot, especially for VR. Because I have this little, like, crawl space style office right now, but I don't have any room for VR in it. So one of my requirements was I need some space for VR stuff. And I'm going to be honest, the basement on this place is like twice the size of the other place we bid on, you know? Yeah, we bought a basement for Barb. Isn't that so great? Fuck. I need to build my Op 4 element here. Jesus. Here, we'll build it over here for now, but I need to make like a rebel faction of some sort. So at this rate, I can get rid of all of these because they've been quote-unquote knocked out of commission. So let me get some Op 4 FIA. What the fuck is wild? What? Oh. Huh? Oh, Mass Effect updated and added some fucking, like, animals. Cool. I'm totally gonna use those. Neat. I don't know, like, the frickin' the opposition devs get so much shit, but the amount of stuff they're able to put out and vary is beyond any other development team. It's a shame, but, you know, just how people are these days. So anyway, FIA, men. We're going to make some base kit stuff. You know, I like things that are twice the size. Shut up. Am I going into VR VTuber? No, I'm not doing well, it's all up in the air, okay? We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think, like... Yeah, let's make, like, really simple clothing here. Because I know there's, like, some pouches and stuff we can do. Like, no body armor because they wouldn't have any body armor. They're literally just rebels. Yeah, worst comes to worst, I can also do something like that where it's, like, a little bit of ballistic armor. But it, like, preserves just the look. That's another thing I love about the opposition team. They'll make invisible armors and shit. That'll help with the balance of not just their mod, but all the other fucking mods in the game. Because, again, there's not a lot of people that do that, and I really wish they would. Yeah, so there's, yeah, some pouches, but that still kind of looks a little wonky, like he just has all those pouches there. So let's just do the BX. And then if I need anything else, we can do, like, commando armor or whatnot. But let's build, like, a basic health kit here. Swap is on the workshop. Yeah, it's actually been there for a few months. So it's a suburb. It's, we're still in the Nova region, but we're, like, right in the middle of everything, which is great. Like, we're we're right next to Korean barbecue and Taco Bamba, and that's just the best part about it. Revenge of the Fifth, and the whole month is Mando this way. This is the way. This is the way. That's a good one. I'll give that one to you. We are near Korean barbecue. Exactly, boo. Lot to think about. You can remove the armor on the 50 cal on the... yeah. No, again, there's a lot of... Arma has so many little features about all of their mods and DLCs and whatnot that you're only gonna know if you find out yourself or if someone tells you about it. That's why tutorials, in my opinion, for this game are so fucking lackluster, in my opinion. But then when I go to make one, I can never finish one because there's so much I have to add over one little thing. And then I never finish it, and I just move on to another project because I just lose my mind over the damn thing. Because I have too high of standards. Ah, fucking hell. I know, I will be I'm gonna be working with him tonight, actually. I'll ask him about smokers. Don't you worry. Got it all covered. Alright, now we need some good energy weapon bullshit, and that's kind of lacking in their mod department. You know, we can always go shotguns and whatnot. Alright, so we do need some sort of squad leader to kind of lead these groups, but this is gonna be... I'll have to actually, like, give them some fancy shit or something. Cool. Yeah, for smoking meat, Sparky, not for fucking killing your Lunds, you goober. We can, you know, wear the Syndicate uniforms, actually, because that would be... I think that would actually be really good for something like that. But where's, like, the paramilitary uniform? Yeah. I think that would work the best for the squad leaders here, but we probably want to do some smokes. We can also do some thermal dets. Bino, a radio. And then he'll actually get, like, a pretty decent gun. Yeah, 15A actually wouldn't be too bad there, but... I'm thinking nothing specialized, no heavy weapons, just a bunch of different rifles. Yeah, we can just set up with bandit clothes, they'll be fine. No handguns, though, because handguns get wonky. So we'll just go down the list from the top. So, like, carbines are perfectly fine here. Big ass E5 there, but again, it works. We just want to vary out the type of weaponry that each side is working with. We can do an ACPR. Making a simple bandit faction, you know, nothing too major. Also, the fact that their armor is OP anyway, so I don't really give a damn. But are you a shotgun? No, you're a little mini rifle. That's fine. Move the ghosts away. All right. I mean, normally I'd say no, but again, because the weapon variation is so fucking poor, then I'm kind of forced to go with that one. You can give some paramilitary garbs, too. But let's also do... Oh, shoot. Huh? Yep, okay, I'll sign it right now. Sorry. No problem. Bye. Okay, let me go through that real quick. Contracts. That's the thing about that. So this is the modified contract here. Okay. Yep, so this is everything we talked about in the call last night. And... so we do get the humidifier. We don't have a freezer, which means we can get one of those super big freezers. Ooh. We do get to keep the storage shed, and we do get to keep the wall oven. Okay. And the refrigerator comes with an ice maker. Cool. All right. Yep, no, I can see why she called me for that, because that we do have to get back to him ASAP. Cool. All right, cool. Let's see. I was looking for grenades. Yeah, 9 ban them. Screw it. I'm mean, and I need something to actually, like, deal with them. Here, instead of copying him, let's copy him, because he has all the fancy stuff. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Frisher. No, so, Bloodwing just called me to say I needed to go sign something, like, immediately, because it's related to the house, because it's a document we have to get back to them ASAP, because it's the modified main contract. Yeah, there isn't really any other weaponry I can add for, like, variations, because I don't want to use all this, because that's all ballistics, and that's a little more advanced. So I don't really want to do anything with that, so yeah, that'll be... This will be the pre-spawn. So basically, it was just a modified version of how the house appraisal is going to work, just to state that, hey, you know, if it appraises less than our price, at a certain point, we'll still pay the price that we bid on, but if it goes below that listed one at, like, I think it was 15K below, then we'll pay lower. Unless it's super low, in which case we'll renegotiate the price, but it'll still be negotiated lower than what we're offering. So that's great. And then we actually get to keep all of the ceiling fans and, like, all the appliances, and they had a humidifier that was bought in, like, 2015. So, like, it's all of the appliances are within the last 15 years, which is great. The oldest thing was the air conditioning unit, which was bought, I think, actually in, like, 2001, but it's only halfway through its life cycle, but our realtor is going to set us up with, his home insurance, which is really good. But we're probably only going to stay in that house for about 10 years, if that. Like, that's the most. So, you know, 10 years for our space, till we're in our, like, 30s. Jeez. Well, yeah, because, we do want to buy a chest-style freezer, because Bloodwayne also wants to get into, like, kimchi making and stuff. Even, like, we're not huge kimchi eaters, but, you know, it's just something to add for, you know, Korean barbecue-style stuff. But I'm not sure if we really need to do that, because, again, we're going to be right next to a really cheap but good Korean barbecue joint, so. That's A-okay. So, anyway, this mission is basically going to be, they're going to be sent to check up on 3 bases that haven't come in. I'll tell them about, like, you know, there's been reports of, you know, uprisings and shit, but nothing super duper confirmed. Let me also shoot her a text to say, hey, it's all signed. Okay. Oh, we also, I didn't even notice that position. Then this is like a mining area with some, yeah, some of these places are like pseudo-military positions. Okay. Okie dokie. So I have to do an internal unit garrison. That's pretty easy. Let's just set that up real quick. Yeah, those don't exist anymore. And let's set up. Okay. All right. So I just need to pay attention to my phone a little more because more stuff to potentially sign. Blah blah blah. Whew. It's exciting. Yeah, I mean, it's our space. I want to do a lot of culinary related stuff with it. So, we'll just see where that all goes. But, hopefully things are A-okay. Hey, Mischief, how you doing? So I'm just going to make a small internal perimeter here. Then I'm going to load up the previous mission because I want to copy-paste the vehicle template I made. Probably not streams, but definitely cooking videos. Fuck, and I think the rice is ready. I'm trying a softer rice for the horchata today. Because Cinco de Mayo's tomorrow, so I'm making my horchata batch for that. Horchata is, you have rice stay in water for anywhere from 5 to 24 hours. Then you blend. You're also supposed to put a cinnamon stick in there, but I'm going to be honest, I like putting the cinnamon after the rest process because I just think the cinnamon loses too much of its flavor in the water that you soak it in because then you dump that water. Then you blend the rice and cinnamon together. But again, I don't add the cinnamon at that part. So you blend the rice into like a fine paste, but you blend it with evaporated milk, which, it's like a can of 14 ounces will work fine. Then you combine that with a cup and a half of milk, or almond milk also works, but regular milk works fine. You can also use almonds. You can add almonds to the soak process if you wanted to, but not really a fan of that flavor. But you add that with sugar and vanilla extracts, and then you mix that together. I like to strain it off at that point, so anything like that's under any of the sediment on the bottom then stays on, out of that process. Because when you let it sit, sediment will rest again. You have to remix it, but at that point, then you add like a whole liter of water, and then you have horchata. It's basically, yeah, I would say it's like a Hispanic eggnog. It's pretty much like a rice pudding drink would be my best analysis at describing it for people, but it's really good. So yeah, these guys I'm going to stick in a debug back here. I'm also going to slot them all together. And disable pathing. Okay, so now we have to take this group and make garrisons out of them. But first, let's save it and then go to the other mission file so I can get some vehicles. You can also add Bailey's, or there's another one that you can add that is like a dessert alcohol. I forget the name, but we were talking about it in Greek Easter. Whew. All right. So we're going to go to mission 3 here. It's pretty good, though. So what we did in this mission, if you guys remember, it had, you know, the massive turret grid. I think we released that mission on YouTube. I know for a fact it went to VODs, but we had all these vehicles templated down here. So I'm going to get a copy of these. Oh, we also had that one. Just so I can... Oh, right, I need to move my phone to the other side of my desk so it doesn't interfere with my microphone. And then multiplayer, nope. Open the one back over. That's a good question, Admiral. The closest thing to a 115 millimeter gun. I know for like a D30, you can hide the bottom part of it and just have the gun physically there, but that's not what you want. What you could do, because there's not a lot of static turrets that fire tank shells, is you could re-script the T-55 to fire a better round from, like, a T-72, and just call that your T-62. Yeah, exactly. Just re-script the T-55 to use the D-30. I have a video on how to do that stuff, and I use it all the fucking time now. It's great. But yeah, like, I would just improve the type of round it fires and call it a day, because there aren't really any good static rounds, you know?
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Like a round from an early T-72 tank has better ballistic properties than a T-55 round. So I would look at your mod set. If you I would either recommend 3CB Factions T-72s. I think they have T-72s, or maybe even an early model T-80, like the A or B models. I think that would be your best bet. But RHS, I know, like, has a full library of different types of HEAT rounds. I forget where the documentation on it is, though, but you can also look into that to find a better round, and then just do some ballistic testing to see, you know, to make sure it performs better depending on where you hit it. Okay, all right, Nakur, get a pen and paper out. I will give you the full fucking recipe, all right? Let me know when you have it out, okay? Because I am still tweaking it, but this is my running recipe I have right now. I will literally explain the whole recipe.
Checks for the awesome entertainment and the memes.
Ah, man. Here, I'm gonna put a blue fourth in right there too, and kind of that's the reason they're here, is to help hold that, because they don't want to do that. Grabbing it now, BRB, righto. Stone Willow Tree, thanks for the 9-month resub. I'm glad you keep enjoying the content, and especially the memes, my friend. I hope you keep enjoying everything, and I hope you get a kick out of this scenario. Alright, so I'm going to do vehicle templating on these bases first. I don't want to deal with too much armed stuff. All right. This op is going to run tonight, by the way. So you take a cup of white rice. I found that white rice or jasmine rice both work completely fine. I haven't tried sushi rice yet, though, and I don't think I will, but just take a cup of... These are both GL. What the fuck? Cup of white rice, you soak it in water for at a minimum 5 hours. But you can also have it go overnight. Just don't have it go for more than 24 hours. That's just an analysis. I haven't actually tried it yet. That's something I have to go do, but that's the rule. But after you have it soaked for 5 hours minimum, you then want to strain the water from the rice and then add a can of evaporated milk
Let's give him a warm welcome.
to the rice and blend it. So basically throw the rice into a blender and then add about 14 ounces of evaporated milk. If you have condensed milk, that will work too, and I'll get to that later. So after you blend it, you're then going to want to take that blended mixture. Make sure there's not any like big chunks still left in it, because those you can just disregard. And then you're going to want to put that in a bowl, and you're going to want to add a cup and a half of milk or almond milk. I prefer milk, though. And if you use condensed milk, you don't have to add sugar because the sugar is already in the condensed milk. That's the difference between condensed and evaporated milk. But people say to use a cup of sugar. I prefer to use only 2/3 of the cup because I like my horchata a little on the less sweet side. That way it pronounces the rice flavor a bit better. But if you like your stuff more sweet, add a full cup of sugar. But if you like it less sweet, 2/3 cup of sugar. And then at this point, you want to add 1 or 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. I would recommend a tablespoon and a half, but somewhere in that ratio. It depends how cinnamony you want it. And I believe, tablespoon of vanilla extract. Yes, it's a tablespoon. And then you whisk that all together. Whisk it good for a few minutes, because at this point you're trying to disintegrate as much of the rice into the water that you can. Because there's eventually a point where, you have too much rice that, it won't blend into everything properly. So what you do is you whisk it good for a few minutes and you let it sit for a minute. And then what I like to do is I like to strain it off into another bowl, and then you'll see a bunch of sediment collected on the bottom from the rice that didn't mix in.
Here I am.
And then you're going to add up to a liter of water to the mixture. A liter is good. I prefer the taste a little more refined, so I usually only do anywhere from 3/4 to 5/6 of a liter. But, that's basically like a little over 4 cups of water. So I would just do it at 4 cups then, because it's a little less than a liter. You then whisk it all together again, and then you serve it over ice and you store it in your fridge. That's how I make it. I'm still refining it because that recipe is from 3 different recipes mixed together. And one of the recipes also recommended adding to rice almonds, like sliced almonds, to also do that flavor, to have that blended in. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, that's my current working recipe. But when I do cooking videos, what I want to do is I want to say, hey, if you want this more sweet, if you want this less sweet, if you want it more rice flavor, if you want it less rice flavor, I want to add those options, because the one thing that pisses me off the most about recipes is it's perfected to their tastes. There's I've yet to find a recipe that says, hey, once in a while you'll find one that says, hey, if you want it more spicy. It always has to do with spicy, but not about specific flavor components, because we all have a completely different set of taste buds. Completely different. That's why food shows are judged by multiple people. And they'll say, one of them will say, yeah, well, it was too sweet for me. The other one will go, what are you talking about? It's perfect. Because we're all fucking different. That's what bugs me about the whole culinary thing these days, is there's no little slider on the recipe to show you if you want it more sweet or less sweet, this is how much you need to add, blah blah blah. So that's what I want to do. Do I add chef's special sauce for extra salt? It depends on the salt content of the special sauce. I know you're trying to pull a joke, but I'm in a serious mood right now. But Zeno, thanks for the 18-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a kick out of this scenario. Sorry, I was doing me rant. I also have plans for a T-62 light tank, which is also going to be a rescripted T-55. Instead, have an 85mm gun from the T-34-85, and it'll also be smaller if Arma doesn't throw a fit over set object scale. So I don't. It's not going to work for set object scale because you have to disable the simulation of the object. So in order to actually kill that vehicle, you're going to have to write a complex damage script to give it a kill, like, you know, to make it killable, which is possible. I mean, any, you know, Drongo's spooks, for example, to make those, he has a custom script for damage. Especially the ones that are just invisible smoke monsters. So it's possible to make, but it's going to be complicated. How much cinnamon? 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on how much cinnamon you want. Some horchata recipes recommend that you put a cinnamon stick with the rice in the soaking process, but in my opinion, the cinnamon, like, it softens the cinnamon, sure, and it's part of the blended process, but you lose flavor from that cinnamon bark. Which, by the way, cinnamon it's bark, it's tree bark, but I prefer to add it after the soaking because then you don't lose the cinnamon flavor. But again, depending on how much of a cinnamon taste you want, which only you'll know because it's your taste buds, 1 to 2 tablespoons. Like, add a minimum 1 tablespoon. But if you really like cinnamon flavor, which I do, because I think it perfectly blends with the rice flavor, go on the higher end. Just make sure you whisk it good because you don't want to, like, take a sip and then inhale a bunch of cinnamon on the top because your lungs are going to hate you for that. Don't do that. That's bad. Yeah, okay, so right there we don't need any fix, but let's set up some static turrets here. Just a word of warning. Yeah, don't redo the cinnamon challenge. People are so fucking stupid. What a good waste of cinnamon, too. Like, that's what pissed me off the most about it. It's like, spices are so awesome for cooking because they literally enhance flavor if you know what to do with them. Like, I've got 2 like, small vials of saffron, like, in the back of my pantry at this place because no one is allowed to touch it other than me. Like, I rarely break out the saffron, but when I need something to complement that savoriness in a soup or some shit, Ratatouille style, I will dig through my fucking pantry just to get it. Because that's how important it is to me. Oh, okay, I do agree with that. Redo the Tide Pod challenge just to save some oxygen on this planet. Hot damn. We need that in our lives. Ah. My god, people are stupid. Just let, you know, the Darwinism weed everyone out, you know? Say okay. Have I ever tried Masala Chai? No, I have not. Sounds good, though. So I'm doing now is I'm just doing some templating out of units here. Yeah, cinnamon isn't expensive at all. That's not what I was saying, but I'm saying, like, saffron, for example. You're never gonna see oh, let's inhale a shit ton of saffron challenge, because that shit, that's expensive shit. That and ginseng. One of the side projects a buddy of mine started was he wanted to become a ginseng farmer, and he found a bunch of local shops that would actually buy his ginseng, like, under the table. So he has, like, a small business off of that, and then now he's trying to find a way to launder the money. Because he's like, okay, this is actually getting too profitable. How do I get an income out of this that's legal? Ah, the goober. Yeah, Bitcoin you could also do it at, but he's not making that much money. But I mean, you could also buy like partial Bitcoins or crypto. The issue is with a lot of crypto and whatnot is he doesn't have a way to turn the cash he has physically into something virtual. That's his #1 issue right now, is he has a lot of cash. So he's trying to find a decent way to launder it. So, because if he like were to, you know, just start depositing all of that money into an ATM, the IRS would probably notice. So he has to be really smart about it. I'm not giving him any help, though. Like, you know, directly, because I don't want to get in trouble in case he screws up. I already have enough problems, like a house. Ha! But he's smart. He'll figure it out. No, because PayPal also sends things to the IRS. That's what kind of bugs me every year, and I gotta switch, Twitch is, like, pending on my status to switch from direct deposit to Twitch just directly in my bank account. But, they do... If you have a... how do I put it? If PayPal notices some discrepancies, quote-unquote, in how you send or receive money, and it thinks they're purchases, it automatically will send something to the IRS every year. And the IRS will pick up on that, because the IRS almost every year notices that Twitch pays into PayPal, but Twitch also sends their own form. So to the IRS, it looks like I'm making my Twitch revenue twice. But they don't understand that it's just because it's double reported somewhere, so they think I owe more on my taxes. Which is probably why they've never given me my fucking tax return, but that's besides the point. Sorry, I got a little salty there. What if he bought gold or silver? So he could, realistically... Okay, now I have to speak in hypotheticals, because legally we're starting to actually talk about illegal shit. So, hypothetically, he could go to a pawn shop and buy gold or silver, and then he could go to a different... he could either go to a smelter, and he could take that check... and then he could direct deposit it into, you know, like what the smelter would pay for him for that gold and silver, and then he could direct deposit that into his bank account. He probably wouldn't have an issue so long as it wasn't a constantly reoccurring thing. That would be like a once a year for a few $1,000 and the IRS wouldn't bat an eye. So that could be a hypothetical possibility. But really, it's just a matter of staying under a radar. Another thing he could do is if he found a way to virtualize it, he could pay into a Patreon, and as long as he doesn't pay over $10,000 a year, Patreon won't send something to the IRS. So legally, he could also get $10,000, which is actually in his ballpark. Like... It's a little more than that, you know, hypothetically, of course, but he could do something like that. And that's also why I like Patreon right now, because I do use that money to pay off my taxes. It's like I have my emergency fund set and I have enough to like buy a new computer when I need it, because that money is supposed to be for that. But the rest I use for taxes, because there's only so much I'm going to spend on my next computer. But... yeah, I mean, what's really nice about it, though, is, you know, cash you can still spend on, like, restaurants and stuff, you know? And groceries. He does it, it's groceries, restaurants, like, anything that he can pay cash, like, festivals, too, he does it. Because he has it, you know, why wouldn't he? But the rest, you know... It's a dangerous game to do, but as long as he finds a legal way to, you know, technically launder it. Like, that's what I was telling him. I was like, hey, if you get enough, go buy a laundromat or something. Like, put a stake in it and then cook the books a little bit, and then you're fine. As long as Uncle Sam gets his cut of the laundered money, they're not going to care as long as you're not, like, making it super, super obvious. You can spend... the issue with him is he's gay, but he doesn't like strip clubs. Funny story. But, yeah. Gotta sign one more thing? You got it, boo. I mean, that's the issue for him to strip... shut up, barbarian. All right, boo. I just got it sent. Starting to sign. Boop. That's signed. That's signed. Oh, did he redo it? He redid it. Okay. I swear to God, I already signed this document. It's a revision then. Okay. It's signed, boo. Can't you just buy a house in cash? Yes, you can, but the IRS does have a division of people that actively look into people's accounts. So if you start legally paying a property tax for something, they're going to ask why. Like that they will, like that does trigger a red flag somewhere if you ever buy something like that in cash. Because then they'll go like they'll do it like they'll have a forensic accountant go over your account. They'll try to figure out how you were able to do that. And if they legally going through your tax records see that you do not have enough cash, like, you know, from your bank accounts and stuff to pay for something like that, then you're going to get a talking to. Invest in extremely expensive Japanese koi fish. Whatever it takes, right? Ah, that's funny. Ah, great. My stomach's mad at me. Should probably go eat something. I don't know. Like, again, speaking in hypotheticals, it's actually really, really easy to launder money. Because as you know, as a hypothetical scenario, you know, there might be some YouTubers out there that are doing some side stuff that is against both ARMA 3's EULA and possibly against certain tax codes in a certain country. That means that, you know, they might have to start investing in some certain businesses so they can, you know, just make ends meet, you know? Hypothetically, of course. Of course. So, you know, certain Mediterranean countries, that is also a possibility, Barbarian, you know, because hypothetically they might have contact of foreign associates through one means or another, but it's just all about playing the game, you know? It's okay, I have my tax frog. It's totally just a tax frog, guys. It's nothing bad. My tax frog. No, tax frog. F-R-O-G. Yeah, totally. It's a tax frog, guys. Just a tax frog. Don't worry about it. If the IRS ever gets reports about tax fraud, I'll have the tax frog open the door. Easy. Easy does it. All right. But yeah, such is life. The world is in a really interesting spot because there's a lot of gray areas in the law right now. So if you actually take the time to look into shit, there's actually a lot you can get away with for, like, financial stuff. As long as it's not drug related, because this country, holy fuck, you'll get screwed if you do anything drug related. So I wouldn't recommend investing into that, but anything else, you know, simple white collar crime. Loopholes are really fun, exactly. Oh yeah, okay, no, okay, fuck. Speaking in hypotheticals, yes, the drug market is very, very lucrative, but the fines and penalties are not worth it, in my opinion. If you're white collar, if you're forced into it because of, you know, ghettos or whatnot, then yeah, you're kind of screwed at that point. You got to follow it. But in terms of, like, if you want to do white collar crime related stuff, then drugs I would not say are worth it, in my opinion, because the penalties, the difference is, like, if you do simple tax fraud stuff, you're only going to go away for a few years. You know, it's not going to ruin your life at that point. But if you do, like, light drug stuff, you're... that's, like, depending on what it is, it can be anywhere from, like, 15 years minimum, like, just on top of that. Light drug stuff. Shut the fuck up, Barbarian. Oh, man. Kidneys are... Yeah, I mean, the Chinese organ market is actually very lucrative as well. And if you ever want to make someone disappear, you can make a lot of money off of that disappearance, and they're never going to find out. The tough part is, how do you get the body on ice from the US to China? But there's actually a few places you can go in California that won't inspect cargo, and you can just ship it directly to China. You just have to make sure that everything's insulated right then. But you also have to admit that at that point, like, some of the organs might be no good because it is going to be a long trip. The best way is to fly them, but again, insulation's a problem, and then, like, stuff is scanned a lot more often. So it's really tough to do. So best idea is to make an investment. Fly them to China and say that, you know, it's an all-expense-paid thing because you're friends, you know, wink. And sure, you gotta pay for it, but, you know, the investment is that you'll get the money back on the organs, right? Easy. Private jet, less scrutiny? Well, that would mean you have to have the money to invest in a private jet, and jet fuel is not fucking cheap, all right? That shit is actually pretty fucking expensive. For, like, a US to China thing? Yeah, good fucking luck with that. No, just fly them to China. Easy. Zeno, how do you have... You know what? I don't want to know. Alright? I'm going to be honest. I don't want to know. Okay. Just... Fuck it. Just go for it. Why not? I don't care. Just do it. I'm curious now. Alright, shove those guys in there. Tommy, stop with the rumbly. When you when you know enough people, you have access to stuff. I can say the same for Arma 3 stuff these days. I do know a lot of people. Ay, ay, ay. You can basically make jet fuel at home if you're smart or lucky enough. Yeah, the lucky part also kind of helps, admittedly. Aw, man. Yes, this has been a very interesting mission development sort of thing. Let me see what's uploading today. Stealing a Tank 101. It's not as good of a video, but that'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, that's all A-okay. Yeah, so we'll probably have a drop-off in viewership today, but that's fine. Alright, so it's 11:43. This file, I'm gonna do some tweaks up on it, but I do need to go eat something because my stomach's yelling at me, so... we'll be back in a few hours, or if not, we'll be back at about 6:30 for this operation, because I might just double down because I need to do a lot of video editing today as well. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Expect both wacky races and a pay-for-pain style event this month, because furniture budget, yay. Otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. See you soon.